Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Madridista Notes. Today, I'm going to be previewing the Real Madrid versus Atletico match. It's a derby. It's a really, really important derby. We haven't been performing well in the Copa del Rey competition forever, really forever. I think the last time we won it was under Carlo Ancelotti in the La Decima season. That's it. That Bell goal in the final against Barcelona. I remember that. The other time we won it was under Mourinho, of course. Since Carlo Ancelotti's last stint in Real Madrid, we haven't done anywhere good enough in the Copa del Rey competition. But this season, I think it is one of the realistic options for us to win a trophy. And considering Barcelona will be playing Real Sociedad just before us, on Wednesday, and it's not a foregone conclusion that Barcelona is going to qualify because even though it's at the Camp Nou, and I think Barcelona are the clear favorites to go through. And Barcelona, I think they always do well in the Copa del Rey competition. So to win this competition, we'll have to go against Barcelona head to head. And considering how our match went in the Spanish Super Cup, I would say that we will have to do some drastic improvements in our gameplay, in our motivation when we are playing against these teams, against Barcelona, against Atletico Madrid. It's a derby. You don't even have to motivate the players to play the derby. It's against Atletico Madrid. It's against some of the rats that have left from Real Madrid to Atletico. Whenever I see them, I just feel the hatred sweeping through my body, like the Murata, Marcos Llorente. The news is that Marcos Llorente won't be fit to play on Thursday, but there will be Morata, there will be Mario Hermoso. Mario Hermoso, even though he didn't play for the Real Madrid first team, he was one of the Castilla players. But still, when you see these academy players playing for those teams and doing all kinds of bullshit when they are playing against us, Mario Hermoso, I remember in the last um, derby, he was being so extra against us. It was just like he's trying to prove a point because I remember the Atletico fans were abusing him last season. And then when he played against us, he was trying to prove a point that he has become the rat and he is fully the Rosy Blancos, whatever they are called, the Atletico assholes. So Real Madrid is Real Madrid, and you are always going to be the um, I don't know, not even a younger brother, whatever it is Atletico Madrid is. You're always going to be in our shadow. So yeah, that's it. The problem is we are not in a really great physical shape right now. You can see it in every match that we have been playing, even though against Athletic Bilbao, we looked a lot better defensively in defensive transitions, in defensive gameplay. How our defensive shape looked, looked a lot better considering how we looked against Villarreal and Barcelona in earlier matches. But Atletico Madrid is a derby game. They are gonna be really physically, even some kind of violence. They are gonna target Vinicius a lot because all the teams have been targeting Vinicius and totally taking him out of the games. And when the referees are not really protecting these kind of flair players, it's not a good indication because you're totally taking their flair out of the game because the opposition team are targeting them, not letting them express themselves. So if you love football, if you love watching these kind of players like Vinicius and Neymar, and if you see that they are getting hacked by the defenders and the players of opposition teams, and if the referees are not really making a case of not letting them hacking these players again and again, then we are gonna see even more robots in the football world because right now the football world has more robots, just players in um, like system players. You don't see those kind of players with really great individual brilliance coming through. They just play in a system. If you take them out of the system, sometimes they just fall off. There are lots of examples like that. Let's talk about the derby right now. The good news is we are at home at the Santiago Bernabeu, so Atletico Madrid is not gonna have the home advantage. That's the most important news for us. We have some injury problems. Chouameni, Vasquez, Carvajal, Hazard. Even though Vasquez and Hazard, I don't really consider them much of an important players anyway. Carvajal is getting in that area too, where I don't really care about him much. But the only only player that requires a mention is Chouameni. He is still not yet back, so our midfield is already light with Modric not looking any way or form. He is not the Modric that we know. So I won't be relying on Modric yet. So we have a Cruz, Kamavinga, Valverde, and Ceballos. And I think we should go with these four midfielders. We should pack the midfield because earlier in the other matches, in the last five matches of Atletico Madrid, let's check. I think they have won some matches, lost, and drew some matches. I'm gonna share the screen here. In the last five matches, Atletico Madrid has won three, lost one, and drew one. The loss came against Barcelona. They drew against Almeria, that's in La Liga. They won the two Copa del Rey matches against Real Oviedo and Levante, and against Real Valladolid, they won 3-0. So in these matches against Real Valladolid, they played a 4-3-3. Against Levante, they played a flat 4-4-2. Against Almeria and Barcelona, they played a 4-4-2, and against Real Oviedo they played a 3-5-2. So um, Simeone is flexible. He is not really relying on one kind of way of playing. He is not relying on only one formation. He is changing it up, seeing what works, what doesn't work. So he is changing it up. The top scorer of Atletico in the Copa del Rey is Lorente, so it's a good news that he's not playing. Let's check out some of their players with the most goals right now in La Liga. Of course, Morata with the is the top scorer. He has been in good form recently. He scored against Bilbao, against Levante. He scored, so he has been in scoring form. And the playmaker, the role that Antoine Griezmann is playing, he's not only scoring goals, he is creating goals. The goal that he created for Alvaro Morata, it was exquisite technique. The way he just guided the ball to Morata, it was really an excellent assist from Antoine Griezmann in the last man, and he is the danger man for Atletico. We have to cut him out of the game. It takes care of the goal scoring, the goal creating chance that comes through Griezmann in the Atletico team. So we have to keep a really close eye on Antoine Griezmann. He is the danger man for Atletico. He will create goal scoring chances, and he is no slouch when it comes to scoring goals either. So, Atletico, as we all know, they are a physical team. They are always going to be a physical team as long as they are under Simeone, and they don't really have. Even though Joao Felix has left, they have enough players to really hurt us. They have Murata, they have Angel Correa, they have Griezmann, they have Carrasco, they have De Paul, Koke, Barrios, they have all kinds of players in that attack and midfield, and so they are a team, multifaceted team. They can play some nice attacking football nowadays too. It's not just like the old Atletico where they used to cross and depend on some set piece goals and totally sitting in front of their box, totally packing up the defense. Even though they try to defend deep nowadays too and hit on the counter, but they are not as dependent on their defending as before because they don't have those capacities anymore. Their defenders are not at the level of those Godin and those kind of times like Gavi, and those players were really some of the best under Simeone. They gave it everything. Nowadays they cannot really keep the clean sheets like they used to. They used to win lots of matches 1-0. It's not the same. So Simeone had to look for some other options. He had to make his team uh, create more goal scoring chances, score more goals. Let's check out some of the stats from Atletico, what we can expect from them. If we look at some of the stats, we will get a little bit of indication where Atletico Madrid's strength lies and where we have to be more concerned about them. So the most rated players, it looks the way it is: Griezmann, then Jose Maria Jimenez, Rodrigo de Paul, Lorente, Morata, Kondogbia. So yeah, nothing much to see here. Out of the 18 matches in the La Liga, they have scored 27 goals and conceded 16 goals. So they're conceding almost one game goal per season. So they're not really that good at keeping a clean sheet. So that's a good news for us because we need all the help we can get. If they're not good defensively, that really gives us an advantage because we are not really creating many chances for our forwards too. So if they are not defensively that solid, that gives us the better chance of scoring against them. Goals per game, so they are scoring 3 goals every 2 games. Even though they had a really good game against Real Valladolid. They scored 3 goals. So and even within the first half hour, they scored 3 goals within the first 28 minutes. So they have been doing better in the goal scoring charts because they even beat Levante 2-0 in the Copa del Rey. So in the last 2 matches, they have scored 5 goals. So they are getting into some goal scoring form. They are coming into this match in a better goal scoring form. And we have scored, to be honest, 5 goals in the last 2 matches in the Copa del Rey: 3 goals against Villarreal and two against Athletic Bilbao. Even though we conceded 2 goals in those 2 matches, but Atletico hasn't conceded any. So they are in a rich vein of form coming into this match. Goals inside the box, they have scored 20 out of their 26 goals, and they have scored 6 goals outside the box. So they have some players who can shoot it from outside the box, and so we have to minimize those shots from outside the box coming in. We cannot really give them those kind of spaces to take pot shots at Courtois, even though Courtois is the best goalkeeper in the world. Left foot, right foot, they are better on both occasions. Goals, headed goals only once. So you can see that they are not really a set piece team, set piece reliable team anymore. They don't score that many headed goals. So they are not the team who is going to score goals from set pieces. And we are better at defending set pieces nowadays anyway. They create 2.6 big chances per game, and when you have Morata, this is understandable that big chances missed per game is going to be high too. And total shots per game, they do around 15, 14, 15 in average total shots per game. So that's a shot every 6 minutes, I think. Yeah, a shot every 6 minutes. That's I would say that's a good outcome for them because you cannot score goals if you do not take really any shots. There you can see corners per game are only in average 5, and counterattacks they really more rely on counterattacks nowadays. They are a more quick counter kind of team. They are trying to get from the super solid defensive team to transition to a better counter-attacking team. You can see that they cannot do it really that well yet, but they have the tools to do it against us. So we'll have to be careful on that part. They are not really that great at keeping possession. Their average possession in ball possession is 49%. So they give a lot of possession to the opposition team. And when they are playing against bigger opposition like Real Madrid and Barcelona, we are of course going to be enjoying the lion's share of the possession. It's what we can do with that possession. It doesn't matter if they concede the possession to us. We have to use the possession to our advantage and do some offensive gameplay with that possession to get something out of that, get some goals out of that. Accurate passes per game 83%, in own half 90%, opposition half 72%. Those are understandable for Atletico standards. Accurate long balls 56%, accurate crosses 96%, 19%. They are not that great at long balls or crosses, it looks like, even though Morata is someone who likes to score goals from headers. So I guess he hasn't been getting those headers on target regularly, it looks like. They have only kept 6 clean sheets out of 18 matches. That gives me a little bit of confidence that they are not good at keeping clean sheets anymore. So we can expect Real Madrid to score. I don't know how many goals we're going to score because we are a little bit of an anomaly right now. It seems like we cannot create that many chances, but we have become better at scoring from out of nothing. Like in the last match, Cruz's shot, I don't know how much chance you would give to Cruz to get that shot in. It was a great goal, and Benzema was a magnificent goal. So yeah, we are getting goals, we are getting more clinical, but we are not creating that many chances. They are conceding almost 1 goal per game. That's understandable. Interceptions, chance clearances, saves. Okay, let's check out the duels. They win half of the duels, so that's an average. Nothing much impressive there. Aerial duels, ground duels, everything is almost 2 out of 1. So nothing much to see here. To be honest, this is understandable. Atletico Madrid, I would say they are right now in the fourth in the La Liga table. They have 31 points out of 18 matches, and they are trying to get back into form in the beginning of the league. When the league started, really in the beginning phase, they were not really in a good vein of form, but recently they have been getting back on some good vein of form, and right around the time when they need to get into back into form, because it's the second half of the season where everything comes to a head. And now, to be alive in the Copa del Rey on Thursday, we have to do something really, really good against them, because they are going to bring it to us. They are totally going to bring it to us. It's a derby. They are not going to give us a single yard. So I am expecting a really fierce match. It's a derby. It's Atletico Madrid. They are going to be on our face. So we have to go into that match with that kind of mentality too. So I'm hoping that Rudiger, Militao, and everyone really, they are really up for it. And we don't let them score. I don't want to see that rat Morata celebrating after scoring at the Bernabeu. I really don't want to see it. So yeah, I am gonna predict a 2-1 win for Real Madrid, but that's it. I am a little bit more confident in our team after watching against Bilbao. Our defense has pulled through better. Our defensive shape was better. Nacho has gotten more used to, I would say. If you give Nacho more time, he will get better at playing that right hand side fullback role, the right back role. So we just have to wait and see. Now let's talk about some of the news that broke out today. We knew that Fran Garcia from Rayo Vallecano, we are cracking him. We want to bring him in the summer. That's the consensus. But suddenly the news broke out today that Bayer Leverkusen from Germany, they want to um, trigger the release clause of Fran Garcia. The release clause is 10 million euros, and we have the first refusal, and we can easily trigger the 10 release clause and just pay 5 million euros to Rayo Vallecano, because if the release clause is triggered, we are owed 5 million euros, 50% of the release clause, anyways. So it's decision time. The reports have come out from Spain that it's decision time, and if we want to, we can just complete this deal. So I don't see why we cannot complete this deal. This is Real Madrid. 5 million euros is nothing. Just complete this deal. And if you don't want to bring him to the first team and do not want to change the, I don't know, something in the team chemistry, maybe you don't feel like it would be better for his development to bring him in January, then just leave him on loan to Rayo Vallecano for the rest of the season and bring in the summer. Don't let Bayer Leverkusen poach him away right in front of us, because he is the desired fullback acquisition that we want to bring in the summer. We cannot just let him get away just in front of us. Even though it depends, because it's not like if they trigger the release clause, Fran Garcia has to go. It's not some slavery. Fran Garcia has a say, so I don't know what it is, what's going to happen. But I am expecting Real Madrid to take some action. They won't let, I don't think, because we have been scouting him, and there were noise that we wanted to bring him even during this summer, the last summer, that we wanted to bring Fran Garcia. So I think he is the chosen one to bring as the for future of left back of Real Madrid. So I think we won't let him get away from us, and the release clause will be triggered. Some news has come out just now that we have offered Marco Asensio a contract extension until 2027, but Asensio wants more money. I really don't understand why we are offering a contract to Marco Asensio. Really don't understand. He's not a right winger. He's a number 10. He plays better when you play him in that number 10 position. And we don't play with a number 10. He is not a midfielder. He is a number 10. He is not those kind of midfielder that can play. He's not on the ilk of Odegaard, who is really good at defensive attributes too, because Odegaard has been playing as an advanced midfielder, but he is a number 10 too. But Asensio is not someone who has been playing as an advanced midfielder most of the time. So yeah, I don't understand why we are really offering Asensio a contract. For what reason? He is not gonna fill the gap in the right wing role. He cannot be a backup to right wing. If even if we bring someone to be the first choice right winger, he wants more minutes, he wants more responsibility, he wants more money. So it feels like something that I really don't understand what role they want to give him, why they want to extend him. They should really, I don't know, clarify it. It would have been better just to let him go. Maybe they want to extend it, then sell him, but that doesn't work really, because we have done that to Vasquez, and we have since used Vasquez as makeshift right back. So totally weird to see Asensio being given the contract extension. He doesn't have a role in this team. But what our management does is our management responsibility, board's responsibility. I thought that giving Ceballos a contract extension made more sense, and I am hearing that Jude Bellingham is no way in shape, is any way confirmed, because Liverpool and Manchester City are doing their work. Um, and he can easily go to one of those teams. He is not going to be coming to Real Madrid or something. It's not guaranteed. So giving a Ceballos a better an extension and keeping him on the books would have been a better choice, in my opinion, at the very least. And the other news that popped out is that Tottenham is again negotiating for Pedro Porro, even though we have heard reports that Real Madrid are looking at him as an addition for the summer. And he has a 45 million release clause. And the reports coming out that he is eager to join Tottenham. I don't understand. So it could be that just reports are some uh, stupid reports that Real Madrid are interested. Maybe we are not interested, because if we were interested and we told him to wait until the summer, why would he join a team like Tottenham Hotspur instead of waiting for 6 months and coming to Real Madrid? It doesn't really make any sense. So I think that Real Madrid board are happy to go with a, totally washed up Carvajal and makeshift right back in Vasquez, and that is just irresponsible from the Real Madrid board not to go for a right back. Hopefully, they really go for a right back, because we are gonna need all the help we can get in the fullback positions. Our fullbacks stink, really stink. And that's all the updates for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a good day. Hala Madrid.